So welcome to Chinnu Maths tutorial. Today we discuss intermediate first year mathematics paper 1A. So the topic is matrices. So it is very important. The weightage of the marks is two 2 marks questions, one 4 mark question, two 7 marks question. So total marks is 22 marks. Before starting this topic, సో ఈ వీడియో చూస్తున్న ప్రతి ఒక్కరు కూడా సో ఈ ఛానల్ను సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోండి. సో పక్కనే గంట సింబల్ ఉంటుంది, దాన్ని ప్రెస్ చేయండి. అగైన్ మీకు 3 ఆప్షన్స్ వస్తాయి, అందులో ఆల్ అనే ఆప్షన్ను సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోండి. అప్పుడే నేను పెట్టే ప్రతి వీడియో కూడా మీకు నోటిఫికేషన్ రూపంలో అందుతుంది. సో ఈ వీడియోకి ఒక లైక్ ఇవ్వండి, అలాగే ఈ వీడియోను మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ అందరూ కూడా షేర్ చేసి ఈ ఛానల్కు సపోర్ట్ చేయండి. సో థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. సో టాపిక్లోకి వచ్చేస్తే ద డెఫినేషన్ ఆఫ్ మ్యాట్రిసెస్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద మ్యాట్రిసెస్? ద మ్యాట్రిసెస్ మీన్స్ a matrices is a collection of numbers. What is a matrices? Is a collection of numbers arranged into a fixed number of rows and columns. So matrices means if you take the collection of numbers, that numbers you can arrange it into a fixed number of rows and columns. Let we discuss what is the rows and what is the columns. Okay, usually the numbers are real or complex numbers. If you take the numbers in a matrices, that numbers are real or complex numbers. Next, the numbers in a matrices is called the elements. If you take the numbers in a matrices, that numbers are called elements. Next, the matrices are generally enclosed by the brackets. The matrices are enclosed by closed bracket or open bracket. The matrices are denoted by capital letters, that is capital A, capital B, capital C and so on. Let's see one example. We can clearly understand the definition of matrices. So I will take the matrices are denoted by capital letters. So that is why I will take capital A equal to the numbers. Numbers is nothing but numbers in a matrices are called elements. So that is these are the elements. What are the elements? 1 2 4 and 3 7 5 and 1 3 6. The collection of numbers you can arrange into the rows and columns. What is the row means? Horizontal lines of a numbers in a matrices is called rows. See here, let's see here. 1 2 4, these elements you can arrange in horizontal line, so that is why it is the row. So it is the first row. 3 7 5, these elements are arranged into the horizontal line, and 1 3 6, these elements are also arranged in a horizontal line. So that's why these horizontal lines are called rows. Next, vertical lines of a numbers in a matrices is called columns. So 1 3 1 and 2 7 3 and 4 5 6, these elements are arranged into a vertical form. So that is why these vertical lines are called columns. Okay, how we can calculate the rows and columns, we can discuss in next session. Let's continue. So counting rule. What is the counting rule means? How we can calculate the rows and columns. Let's see the first rule. So rows of the matrices counting top to bottom, and columns of the matrices are counting left to right. See here, the rows are counting top to bottom, the columns are counting left to right. Take one example. So let's see the example. Suppose I will take the matrices of A equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. I will take it is one matrices. In that matrices, how many rows are there, how many columns are there? How can calculate? The condition is rows. Rows are counting from top to bottom. Top to bottom means it is the first row, it is the second row, it is the third row. Top to bottom. So that is why it is denoted as R1. R1 is nothing but first row. Next, second row means R2. Third row equal to R3. So counting of the rows is top to bottom. Next, columns. How can calculate the columns? Left to right. So left to right means left to right. It is the first column, it is the second column, it is the third column. Columns are denoted by capital C. Then C1 first column, then C2 second column, and C3 third column. So this is the counting rule for rows and columns. Next, order of a matrices. How we can write the order of a matrices? A matrix having m rows and n columns. Every matrix is having the rows and columns. So I will take m rows and n columns is said to be a order of matrices equal to m by n. It is read as m cross n or m by n. So the order of a matrices is m by n. It is read as m by n or m cross n. So I will take one example. The example one, how we can write the order of a matrices? So I will take the matrices of A equal to, I will take the same matrices 2 3 4 and 3 1 1 2 3 7. See here, first calculate the rows, after that columns. How many rows are there? 1 2 3. So then rows are 3 and columns 1 2 3, left to right. So then columns are 3. So what is the principle of order of a matrix is equal to order of a matrix? Order of a matrix equal to number of rows. First you have to write the rows, number of rows into number of columns, number of columns. It is the principle of order of a matrices, number of rows into number of columns. So then what is the order of A equal to? Order of A equal to, first you have to write number of rows. How many rows are there? 3 by, so then number of columns, columns also 3. So then the order of the matrices of A equal to 3 by 3. So let's take one more example. I will take one more example, example number 2. So I will take the matrices of B equal to 1 2 3. Write the order of the matrices of B. So what is the order of B equal to? Order of B equal to, first to calculate the rows. How many rows are there? 1 2 3. So then rows are 3. How many columns are there? Only you have one column. So then column equal to 1. So order of the matrices of B equal to, what is our principle? Number of rows into number of columns. So number of rows, how many rows are there? 3 by 1. So it is read as 3 by 1 or 3 cross 1. Okay. So the order of a matrices of A equal to 3 by 3. The order of a matrices of B equal to 3 by 1. So order of the matrix can be written as the number of rows into number of columns. It is the definition of order of matrices. Let's continue. Types of the matrices. The first one is the square matrices. So what is the square matrices? Means in a matrices the number of rows is equivalent to the number of columns. So then that matrices is called that square matrices. So let's take one example. You can clearly understand the definition of the square matrices. So I will take the first example. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. This is the matrices. So then first calculate the rows top to bottom, first second third. How many rows are there? 3 rows. Rows equal to 3. Columns, columns are counting as left to right, first column, second column and third column. So then columns equal to 3. What is according to the definition? The number of rows equivalent to number of columns. So this condition is satisfied, then this matrices is called square matrices. So then number of rows, how many rows are there? 3. It is equal to number of columns equal to 3. Then condition is satisfied, number of rows equal to number of columns. So that is why this matrices is called square matrices. Take one more example. The second example is 1 2 3 4. So then calculate number of rows equal to number of columns. See here, how many rows are there? First row and second row. 2 rows are there. It is equal to how many columns are there? So first column and second column, 2 columns are there. So then condition is satisfied. So it is also square matrices. Next, rectangular matrices. What is a rectangular matrices? Means a matrices in which the number of rows is not equal to number of columns is called rectangular matrices. So number of rows is not equal to number of columns, then the matrices is called rectangular matrices. So let's take one example. So the matrices is 1 2 3 5 6 7. So how many rows are there? Rows equal to top to bottom, first row and second row, then 2 rows and columns. So left to right, first column, second column and third column. So columns are 3. What is our condition? number of rows is not equal to number of columns. So then how many rows are there? 2 rows is not equal to number of columns equal to 3. So according to the definition, the number of rows is not equal to number of columns. That means this matrices is called rectangular matrices. So these are the example for rectangular matrices. These are the examples for square matrices. Next definition, the principal diagonal matrices. So what is the principal diagonal matrices means? In a square matrices, it is important. In a square matrices, the first element of the first row and continues till the last element of the last row, then such matrices is called as a principal diagonal of the matrices. See one example, you can understand clearly. Example 1. So matrices of A equal to, if you have take which matrices? Square matrices. What is the square matrices means? The number of rows is equivalent to number of columns. So then I will take 1 2 3 5 7 8 0 3 2. So number of rows equivalent to number of columns. 3 rows and 3 columns. Okay, it is a square matrix. What is the first element of the first row? What is the first element of the first row? This is the first element of the first row. Continuous still the last element of the last row. What is the last row? This is the last row. In that last row, what is the last element? This is the last element. Last element of the last row. Then such matrices is called as a principal diagonal of the matrices. See here, first element of the first row till continue the last element of the last row. So then this is called as a principal diagonal of the matrices. What are the elements of the principal diagonal matrices is 1, 7, 2. These are the elements of the principal diagonal matrices. Next, trace of a matrices. Trace of the matrices means the sum of the elements of the diagonal of a square matrices of A is called that trace of A. It is denoted by trace of A. Let's take the same example. So I will write the same example. The matrices of A equal to, so it is also which matrices? Square matrices. So I will take the same square matrices 1 2 3 and 5 7 8, and next one is 0 3 2. See here, the sum of the elements of the diagonal. What is the diagonal? Principal diagonal is first element of the first row till continue the last element of the last row. This is the principal diagonal. So what is the diagonal elements are? Diagonal elements, the diagonal elements are, what are the elements are? 1, 7, 2. 1, 7, 2. What is the trace of A equal to? The trace of A equal to sum of the elements of the diagonals. So take this sum, we have to write this sum, it gives as the trace of A. So then the trace of A equal to, sum of the elements of the diagonals. So then 1 plus 7 plus 2, it is equal to 7 plus 1 8, 8 plus 2 equal to 10. So then this is the value of trace A. So the sum of the elements of the diagonal. Sum of the elements of the diagonal means what is the diagonal elements are? 1 7 2. Write the sum. Sum means 1 plus 7 plus 2. The total value equal to 10. So this is the trace of A. This is next definition. Diagonal matrix. What is the diagonal matrix means? A square matrix in which each non-diagonal elements is 0 is called diagonal matrix. So non-diagonal elements are 0. Given that non-diagonal elements is 0, so take one example so you can understand easily the definition of the diagonal matrices. So then I will take one example 1 0 0, then 0 2 0 and 0 0 7. See here we can observe the given example. What is the example is 1 0 0 0 2 0 0 0 7. in that square matrices, what is the diagonal? So diagonal means this is the diagonal of a square matrices. What are the diagonal elements? Are 1, 2, 7 are the diagonal elements, but according to the definition given that non-diagonal elements is 0. What are the non-diagonal elements? Means except diagonal elements. So that means the remaining elements should be equivalent to 0. The remaining all elements should be equivalent to 0 except diagonal elements. What are the diagonal elements here? 1, 2, 7. So one more thing. Next, scalar matrix. If non-diagonal elements of a square matrix is 0, same condition, and all diagonal elements are equal to each other, all diagonal elements are equal to each other, then it is called a scalar matrices. Here I will take one more example. The first example is 2 0 0 0 2 0 again 0 0 2. What we observe? So the diagonal elements are, this is the diagonal elements. What are the diagonal elements? 2 comma 2 comma 2. The diagonal elements are equal to each other. So diagonal elements are equal to each other. So that means all diagonal elements are equal. The remaining non-diagonal elements, the remaining elements all are should be equivalent to 0. Then this matrices is called that scalar matrices. Okay. Take one more example. The second example is 8 0 0 8. Let's see. See here, in that example, what are the diagonal elements? Are 8 comma 8. The both diagonal elements are equal. Non-diagonal elements are should be equivalent to 0. Then according to the definition, this matrices is called that scalar matrices. The scalar matrices means in that scalar matrices the diagonal elements are equal to each other. Next, the non-diagonal elements are should be equivalent to 0. So then that matrices is called scalar matrices. Next, unit and or identity matrices. Unit matrices or identity matrices. If each non-diagonal elements of a square matrix is equivalent to 0, same condition, and diagonal elements is equivalent to 1, then that matrices is called unit matrix or identity matrix. Here equal to 1. Let's take one more example. Here I will take 1 0 0 0 1 0 then 0 0 1. See here, what is the diagonal elements are? The diagonal elements are should be equal and it is equivalent to 1. So all the diagonal elements are equal to 1. Okay. Next, non-diagonal element should be equivalent to 0. So that is why this square matrices is called unit matrices or identity matrices. So then it is denoted by I. Identity matrix means it is denoted by I. Continue the next definition. Null matrix or zero matrix. If each element of a matrix is 0, then it is called null matrix or zero matrix. It is denoted by O m by n. M by n is nothing but m rows and n columns. Let's take one example. If you take the matrices, so then 0 0 0 0 0 0. Every element should be 0. So that is why it is the null matrices. It is denoted by O. And write the rows and columns. So how many rows are there? 1 2 3. 3 rows and columns are 2 columns. So then order of the matrices is 0 3 by 2. Take one more example. I will take 0 0 again 0 0. It is also null matrix. Every element should be equivalent to 0. Then that matrix is equivalent to null matrix or zero matrix. It is denoted by 0. Next, write the order. 2 rows and 2 columns. So that means 0 2 by 2. Next definition, row matrix and column matrix. What is the row matrix? A matrix with only one row is called a row matrix. It having only one row. So that is called as row matrix. So take one example. The first example is a matrix with only one row is called a row matrix. So that means I will take 1, 2, 3. See here, how many rows are there? Only one row. How many columns are there? 3 columns are there. So then the order of these matrices is 1 by 3, rows by columns. Okay. So next, a matrices with only one column is called as a column matrices. So take the second example. Suppose I will take 1, 2, 3. It is the matrices. This matrices having how many columns are there? Only one column. So only one column means that matrices is called as column matrices. So then the columns are column equal to how many columns are there? Only one column. So then order of these matrices equal to how many rows are there? 1, 2, 3 rows and one column. So then 3 by 1 is the order of these matrices. So once we recall, row matrix and column matrix means any matrices having only one row, that matrices is called row matrices. Any matrices having only one column, that matrices is called column matrices. This is the definition of row matrix and column matrices. Next definitions, these are very important. So triangle matrices. The triangle matrices are two types. The first one is upper triangular matrix, the second one is lower triangular matrices. So let's discuss the first definition, upper triangle matrices. So then what is the upper triangle matrices means? A square matrices is called upper triangular if all the elements below the main diagonals are 0. So all the elements are 0. Which elements are 0? Below the main diagonals elements are 0. So see one example. Suppose given clearly, take the square matrices. Next, all the elements below the main diagonal. So that means I will take 1, 3, 4 and 0, 7, 8 and 0, 0 again 2. See here, what is the main diagonal in that square matrix? This is the main diagonal. This is the main diagonal. So according to the definition, we can observe that a square matrix is called upper triangle if all the elements below the main diagonal. This is the main diagonal. Below the elements are below the elements are 0. So elements below the main diagonals are 0. So then main diagonals is this one. In that main diagonals, below the elements should be equivalent to 0. Below the all elements should be equivalent to 0. That is why this square matrix is called upper triangular matrices. The square matrix is called upper triangular matrices. So very important definition. So once you can explain. Upper triangular matrix means a square matrix is called upper triangular matrix if all the elements below the main diagonals are 0. So I will take one example. In that example, this is the main diagonal. Below the elements should be equal to all the below the elements of 0. All the below the elements are equal to 0 means these elements are 0. So that is why the square matrix is called upper triangular matrices. Similarly, we discuss lower triangular matrices. Same definition. A square matrix is called lower triangular if all the elements above the main diagonals are 0. This is below the elements 0. In the definition, above the elements are 0. Take the same example. I will take the same elements, but 1, 0, 0 and 3, 7, 0. Next 2, 4, 5. Let's see. It is the square matrix. In that square matrix, what is the main diagonal? This is the main diagonal. This is the main diagonal. So all the elements of the above the main diagonal elements are 0. Above the main diagonals means it is the main diagonal. Above the elements are all the elements are should be equivalent to 0. So that is why this square matrix is called lower triangular matrices. These two definitions are very important. So one is upper triangular matrices, next one is lower triangular matrices.